the city is already done, the city is already built. So the question, now we are in this moment of change where the cities, our cities are already built, and we must imagine how will be the cities in 50 years. It's not only we cannot expand anymore, we need to invent how we work in a territory that right now is urban. Before all of this was agriculture, and now we have a city. Now we have a city, and what we can do else on top of this. So obviously we have a plan for the projects we are going to develop in the next years. This is the plan I did for the city of Barcelona, where you can see also the extension in the waterfront will expand the city to the harbor, and the nature will go down to the city. But the question is that the new technologies is this. Before we have trains and we were making roads. Today we have networks, so the question is what we should be doing. Internet changed our lives, but it didn't change our cities yet. Today, our cities are following an industrial model. They are sons of third plant. The electricity we are using here is coming from maybe a nuclear plant. So this is the same thing as television, that there is one that is emitting television and many people are consuming television. Or it is like chairs that are all of them produced in China, and then the rest of the world is consuming the chairs. So industrial economy was about centralizing the production in order to produce the maximum for maximum people. So in front of centralized models, we can see decentralized model. So every building should produce the energy that it consumes. And buildings should share energy in the same way that people are sharing videos in YouTube. So city planning today is talking about the form of the city and the uses, the functions in the city. So all the blocks should be transformed, and we should include solar panels, we should include also food production, and we should include digital fabrication. Electrical cars will be charged from solar buildings, and from that point of view, we need to create a new system that integrate the different parts that are using the city using electrical energy. If we do a self-sufficient block, we can do a network of self-sufficient blocks. So that's why Barcelona has a new mantra. This is the vision that we have for the next 50 years. What is important is that our deputy mayor bring this sentence in Catalan, and he sent to every office in our department in order that the people knows why they work every day. Okay, I will show now some few projects that we are doing following this mantra. We are doing a promenade, walking promenade, 22 kilometers, all along the city that is an horizontal line. This is the view of Barcelona from this promenade. And also, we want to bring agriculture back to the city. So this is the limit of the city, and we want to bring grapes to make wine near the city. Another good sample. This is the bus network of Barcelona. But someone say, if we have a grid, why don't we have a bus system like a grid? And then he said, instead to have 100 lines, we could have 26, having some vertical and some horizontal. And then the result is to make a grid. We say that in order to be a city self-sufficient, we need to produce three things. We need to produce energy, we need to produce food, and we need to produce things. So this is the image of how we used to produce things in the city, because red was housing, blue was industrial. But the problem is today the industry is gone. We thought it would be a great idea that industry go to China, India, or other parts of the world, and we could have only the tourists. But do you know which is the future of industry? 3D printing. The future of industry is 3D printing, because the industry, instead to be centralized, will be decentralized. 3D printers are like YouTube, where everyone can print nearly everything. Printing things without any kind of form. Remember about Gaudí. Remember the image of Gaudí? This is 21st century Gaudí, where you use information in order to do whatever you want. This is a 3D printed bike. Those are kids that make their skateboard in a laboratory fabrication. Those are kids that are making computer boards. So that means that the future, in fact the present, is that everyone learns about many things. It's not only consuming, working and consuming, but it's the idea that everyone should be inventing things. Well, and also, if you print anything, you can also make a house. This is a house that we fabricate in Barcelona using solar panels as a self-sufficient house. And this is new houses we are producing in Barcelona that are solar houses. So that's why the city now is promoting that every district should have a laboratory of fabrication. Every district should have a fab lab. I was 2 weeks ago, well, Bill Foster is approving a bill in the US Congress in order to have a fab lab in every electoral district in America. 500 fab labs. This is something, in fact, last week was the speech of Bill Foster, the congressman, was in the American Congress. So those are the two first propaganda fab labs that we are working and will be opening. One is Las Corts, it will be about health, and the other is the urban regeneration in the, let's say, poorest neighborhood of the city. Those are the two first that will be municipal fab labs. We are also promoting other projects related with technologies of information and people. The Internet 1.0 was the commercial one, Internet 2.0 was the social one, and the Internet 3.0 will be the Internet of Things or the Internet of Cities. Everything will be connected to everything, and the question is, we want to promote social interaction while things have intelligence. So the question is this: the best library in your neighborhood maybe is not the municipal library, is the library of everyone sharing their books. So the idea is that the industrial economy was about selling and buying, and the information economy is about sharing and innovating. So the question is how we connect people, because they are able to share food, to share things. This is what we are doing with a project called Wabbit. But in parallel to projects related with technology, we obviously still have big projects to be of transformation. We have still the main square of Barcelona, Plaza de las Glorias, that during the 92 they make a highway node, and we are going to pull the highway and we are going to make a big square, the future central square of Barcelona. This is the crossing point of 3 main avenues. We are launching a competition now in order to design the public space of this square. So that means still here we have a big, this will be the latest project of the old Cerdà grid. When we finish this square, the grid will be finished. But we have another big project like the high-speed train that is here. So we are doing a huge park, and we are transforming all this part of the city. What is important in this idea of mixing urbanity with environment is that the main argument to make this is to be able to connect the beach with the river and to the mountains with a big park. So we are doing a huge infrastructure with a very big green park on top. So you see here the big infrastructure works we have. And sometimes we find Roman ruins because the Romans were here 2,000 years ago. Well, you can see here how all of these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, this is the big infrastructure in order also to connect the two neighborhoods of the city.